Hey everybody, Maction here, and as you know, I've spent a lot of time lately working on my Halloween costume. I started the project mostly because number one, I felt a little displeased with the level of quality that I usually saw from people who dressed up as Megaman. Additionally, I also wanted to more greatly document the build process than most people do. Most of the time you just see pictures every so often, they're like, I did this. So what my solution was to live stream the whole thing. Well, almost. You see, a few things happened that kinda got in the way, notably some really bad weather in the last week or so leading up to Halloween. So when the time came that I had to paint it, and naturally you can't really paint inside, I kinda had to go someplace that I didn't have internet, but that was warm enough, dry enough, and had enough ventilation. So, a garage, a ways away. But yes, I did take a camera along, and I took a little bit of footage just to give you an idea of what I did. I took the individual pieces, I plastodipped them, and then I spray painted them. Most of the time with a couple of base coats, and then a couple of coats of the colors. Now, there are a lot of tutorials on how to get this done, so I won't really bore you with how, that's to be done, because you can find people who've done a much better job documenting that than me. But this is mostly just to sort of round that little bit off there. Voila! Here we are. Megaman, or Megamac, if you will. So, I did change a few things, and I did do a few things that in retrospect, if I had more time, or if I had started earlier, or whatever, then some things I would have done differently. Notably, I would have used a few more colors, and I would have definitely used more of those raised pieces that give some extra definition and make it look a bit more of an industrial design, a bit closer to the concept art. But all in all, I'm pretty pleased with how Mega Man turned out. And yeah, so if you happen to be interested in the project, of course, I've got all the live streams backed up here on YouTube. And it's probably over like 35 hours, so it should be more than enough to help you through the process. But if you happen to be interested in the patterns that I used for this, and you want to get your hands on them, I am releasing all of these for my patrons over on Patreon. So anybody who's shot me $1 or more on Patreon will have access to the exact bits that I used to make this costume, which could be useful for helping in your own. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed half as much as I have, and we'll see you later when we resume the regularly scheduled programming in November.